there's only one right or correct way to do semen retention. And it can be kind of hard to know if you're doing it right. Because the practice sounds simple and is simple in theory, like you can just stop ejaculating and you're retaining, but retention is about much more than that, and that's kind of my point. If you just stop ejaculating, but your whole life is spiritually dull or like not aligned, you will only get the perceived benefits. Like you will feel more energy, and you will feel more life force and all of that kind of all of those benefits, but they won't be actual benefits, because it'll almost feel forced, and it'll force negative feelings out of you as well. So my point is that the only right way to do semen retention is by doing it through spirituality and being spiritually open. And the only way that you can do that is if you start processing your trauma, your suppressed emotions, and all of that. And also the reason why it's so important to do this is because relapses are coming mostly from negative emotions coming up and trying to tell you to do something. Like relapses and urges and all of that, yes, there's this, sexual component to it and like lust, but the deeper layer is that all of these things are related to how we feel about ourselves and our own connection to ourselves. If you feel whole within yourself, you don't feel lustful towards random women. Or you might feel lust, but it's more like it's more like a choice, and you're more aware of it. But the type of lust where it's unconscious and you just go around and you look at women and you think about these things, and you're almost your whole life and all your actions are centered around lust and women and your ego and all of that. So if you're on semen retention, or if you're starting, or if you've done it for a while, but you don't feel like you're going anywhere, or you might have stuff inside of you that needs to be addressed. You might have suppressed emotions, like I said, or trauma, or feelings about yourself, or it can be anything. And also a key point to this is that if you have all these feelings, so think about energy, right? Everything is energy, and semen retention is life force, and it's life energy. If you have suppressed emotions or trauma in your body, your muscles will all of this is unconscious, but you will contract muscles in your body that will block energy from flowing freely in your body. So if you want semen retention to give you all the benefits it can give you, you need to. It's a very complex or like big thing that I'm trying to explain, but you have to open up everything. You have to open up spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally. It has to flow freely, and it has to reach the parts that you want it to reach for it to be effective. Otherwise, it's just going to get stuck down there, or it's going to get stuck in different ways. So I would advise anyone who's on this journey to look at your life and start reflecting about who you are, what you want to do, and not like, don't do this practice for the benefits itself, because the real benefit, or I don't even know if I want to use the word benefit, you know? It feels like that's almost a trap, like saying you're going to get these benefits, because there's also a lot of difficult things that's going to come up on semen retention. But yeah, like, think about who you are, because the real thing that you want to do on this journey is connect with yourself. You want to, for me, and I think generally, you want to get this energy and transmute it to your mind, to your consciousness, and you want to expand your mind so you can see things more clearly. So once you expand your consciousness and your mind, you realize that lust and the things that you're lusting after is not what you actually want. You realize, like, when you look at a woman, or if you catch yourself doing some bad habits that you have, you catch yourself in a moment once your mind has opened up more, and you realize, like, this is not me, like, this is not what I want to do. And then you start like, as you go on more streaks and you have longer streaks and whatnot, you start opening up to your own reality. And once you do that, you can't unsee it, you know? Like, if you know something, you can't just unknow it, you know what I mean? Like, so gaining that clarity is it's the real benefit. It's the real journey. And that's what I mean by, you have to let this energy flow freely. You have to let it access all parts of yourself and your mind and all of it. Because if you're just retaining physically, like if you're just stopping with, I don't know, PMO, or just ejaculation in general, you're almost just, you're building a pressure chamber in your body, and you're if you don't know how to handle it, it'll be a negative experience for you. You won't even feel like it's benefits you. You'll feel like it's just making your life unnecessary difficult. So yeah, the real way to do this is to open up, and that takes time and practice and a lot of patience, and there's no like one solution to that. you have to, like, you know yourself the best, and you intuitively know what to do if you're in tune with your intuitive side. And a lot of this just comes down to courage and believing that you can, and believing in yourself and trusting the process. So if you're retaining and you're not feeling like you're, I don't even know which word to use. I don't want to say progressing, because it's not what people make it out to be, with all the days and like, by this day you will feel this and that. That's the physical stuff. But I would say you can be on day 1000 and still, you know, not really feel much. Or you can be on day 7, or, you know, 2 weeks in, and you feel everything. It's just how connected are you to the actual energy that's inside of you. So yeah, I hope that was helpful, and if you like content like this, please subscribe and leave a comment. I've always wanted to do YouTube videos, but I've always felt like I don't want to overcrowd a place, even though I feel like I disagree with a lot of the people that's out there. Like, no hate, but I just think that, or I just dislike when people spread information that's only getting views and whatever. I like the truth, and I like reality. So yeah, have a nice day. See you. Peace.